Hi there. In the first series of videos under digital innovation in learning, I will talk about positioning. I will split the entire concept of positioning into several videos, and this is the first one of them. Positioning, as Rice and Trout has defined, as what you do in the minds of consumer and not necessarily what you do to the product. This has several repercussions in understanding the concept of positioning. I will explain this with a story of one of the best companies in the world the, in terms of what they achieved in positioning. The company is Coca Cola. If you look at Coca Cola, it is more than 100 years old company. It is one of the largest in the world. The brand Coke is one of the most recognized brands in the world. So I do not need to introduce Coke as a brand. But if you look at the product is a simple flavored aerated water with sugar. It's a very simple product. And the fact that this product and this brand lasted is so long and is still one of the most strongest brand in the world is a wonder by itself. I'm sure you must be wondering, how did they achieve this? They achieved this by ingraining themselves into the psyche of the consumer over decades, over a century. This is Christmas season. And if you look at Christmas season, the dominant color is red. The Santa Claus dresses in red, in a particular shade of red. And many of the Christmas decorations have this particular red hue. Have you wondered how this red has come in? This is this is Coke's red. In the 1930s, Coke started a series of advertisements which uh, which were targeted towards the consumers during the Christmas season, during the festive season. What happened is Coke wanted to capture customers' attention during Christmas season and wanted to be the brand for the holiday season. And from 1930s till 1960s and still today, they have had every year new series of Christmas ads, and it is one of the things that people look forward to. What is Coke's this year's Christmas ad? And during this series, starting from 1930s, the Santa Claus has been portrayed in a particular shade of red, the dress, the costume of Santa Claus. So that is where the red of Santa Claus comes in. So you understand the deep psyche that Coke has ingrained itself into the consumer's mind. The red of Coke is the red of Santa. So therefore, the positioning is Coke is there with Santa. Is a way that you can look at this. Secondly, Coke has always been a part of the American psyche. During the Second World War, when the American soldiers were fighting in the trenches of Europe, in the trenches of Japan, in the islands near Japan, there were one of the things they used to look forward to was their regular supply of Coca-Cola from the home country. You can imagine youngsters, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22-year olds, first time away from hundreds of miles, thousands of miles away from their home. The only thing that brought them back to their home, to their memories, is Coca-Cola. When they used to open the bottle of Coke or the can of Coke at that in the battlefields, in the trenches, a piece of their memories, a piece of their nostalgia, a piece of their home would be there. Over the years, Coke has associated itself with so many of these landmark events in US. and as a result has been able to create a huge consumer positive intentions. In the 1970s, Pepsi became very strong and just surpassed Coke in terms of the position sales numbers in US. Coke, obviously, who was the dominant leader for many decades, became concerned. And through a survey, they found out that Pepsi's more sweeter version is more appealing to the newer generation. So the early 80s, they launched a new Coke, a new version of the Coke. They called it the new Coke. And they called this the original Coke as the classic Coke. And they announced that the new Coke is going to be the default Coke and the classic Coke is going to be phased out. Before they launched this product, they did all kinds of blind testings. The new Coke versus the old Coke, the new Coke versus Pepsi, Pepsi versus the old Coke, all kinds of blind consumer testing, survey, all possible. And everywhere the new Coke was considered in these blind testings, in this kind of surveys as a better product than the original. But, but as soon as they launched the new Coke, there was mayhem in US. Mayhem, if I can call it. People got angry. People started writing letters. People went to the class to the malls to stock away the classic Coke as much as they can, which will last them for weeks. And people outrightly rejected the new Coke. Imagine, the new Coke was a superior product. But why did the customers choose classic Coke? Because positioning is not the product. Positioning is what the consumers think of you, think of the brand. And when Coke said that the classic Coke is going to go away, the consumers felt a part of them are going to die. The Coke fans, the Coke aficionados, it was a huge mental shock for them. And due to customer pressure, over the next decade, the classic Coke resurfaced. The classic Coke became the default Coke. And by 1990s, early 90s, the new Coke is gone, which was anyways a better product. So this highlights the importance of positioning. Positioning transcends product quality. Positioning is what consumers think of us. Positioning is what mind share we get of the consumers, what is the consumer's perception of us? And a company that ensures this level of strong positioning, like Coke has done over the decades, with a very simple product, ensures its not only survival, but also becomes one of the very strongest brands in the world. In the next video, we will talk about more detailed technical aspects of positioning. Thank you for listening in. Bye for now.